What's going on, you Tulsa family? If I have not gotten the chance to meet you yet, my name is Trenton Diveley. I'm a senior here at the University of Tulsa and I'm studying applied math. And I am your host of a new series for the University of Tulsa that we are calling Common Conversations, where we're actually going to drive around campus with some really cool guests. We're going to talk about some things that they're excited for, ask some cool questions, and just have a good time. And we're going to start our first episode off with our new leader here on campus, President Stacy Leeds. Alrighty, President Leeds, welcome to our first ever episode of Common Conversations. How are we doing today?
Doing great. A little hot out here.
Oh yeah,
excellent.
it's a little warm, but hopefully the wind from the golf cart will keep us at least somewhat cool today. All right, first question. So as an educator, what about the start of the school year excites you the most?
It's just the new energy of all the people coming back to campus. Whether that's the new folks we move into the dorms, or faculty are back, getting their syllabi ready. It just has a beautiful energy to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. That's awesome. It's always cool to see new faces here on campus. So what are some things that you look forward to as you begin your first semester as president?
Well, after the move-ins, it's getting to know all the new students that we have on campus, and I did get a chance to meet some of our upperclassmen, but seeing them back and learning what they did this summer, that's always great. I love when the leaves start to turn and the smell of football in the air.
Oh, yes.
Fall is just my favorite time, so especially on a college campus.
Oh, yes. You're talking to the right person right here. Fall means football season, exactly right. And the beautiful weather and everything else, so I'm excited for it as well. So you're an alumna of the University of Tulsa. What is it like returning to the city? And then is there anything you like to do outside of campus? Any special spots you like to hang out at or anything like that?
Absolutely. So, you know, home is where the heart is, so it's great for me just to be back in this area.
Yes.
Campus has changed so much since I was here. So many beautiful additions, and we're downtown dwellers, so we live right in the heart of downtown.
That's awesome.
And when I was a student on this campus, there wasn't a whole lot going on in downtown Tulsa. So coming back to it, seeing all the energy and just how alive it is with events and restaurants, bars, coffee shops, museums, it's really exciting for me to be back and just see all of the growth and new life that there is in Tulsa. Yeah,
no, downtown's awesome. Nice thing is for students here, it's only about a 7-minute drive. Kind of depends on where you go.
Exactly.
But I like downtown. I'm a sucker for the minor league sports.
Yes.
Those are always a ton of fun. I actually just went to the indoor football game this Saturday. So those are a ton of fun. I like that. Downtown's an awesome spot. So
I am an outdoors person.
Okay.
So I like running and biking on the trails. Riverside Trail, of course, but Midland Valley hooks into Riverside and the gathering place.
Yes. So
I can leave right out of downtown Tulsa and just connect on all the trails and make it down to the river. That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's so cool. That sounds like you've got a nice routine and regimen.
Got it all mapped out.
There you go. There you go. Heck yeah.
Okay, so some of my favorite spots downtown. I live pretty close to Bohemian Pizzeria.
Okay,
I've heard, there on 3rd Street.
Good things.
And then next door to that, there's a TU alum-owned coffee shop and bodega called the Bend Mercantile. Like to pop in there. They've got coffee and tea in the mornings, pastries, that kind of stuff, and then they turn it into a happy hour place in the late afternoon. Okay. So like to stop in there.
Very nice.
And then all the little shops on 11th Street toward downtown from campus. A lot of places to pop in there, including some thrift shops, a few places for finding antiques, old art, that kind of thing.
Very cool.
A lot of fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Very nice. Now, like you said, so you started July 1st.
Yes.
And you've already started meeting with students, faculty, alumni, different things like that.
Yes.
So what are some topics you have discussed with some of those people? And then what are some things that you would like to say to other Tulsa family that you have not met yet?
Sure. So I've really enjoyed visiting with our alumni since I've been back. I'm one of them, so I have that in common. But just hearing their TU stories and journeys and how unique they are. I never run across two people who have the same pathway or the same experience on this campus. So that's always exciting to hear about. And I think that that's my message for our new students as well. It's such a small campus, but there's so much to do that you really can sort of chart your pathway.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Hearing everybody's unique stories.
Yeah, for sure. I always like to say it's a build your own college experience.
It
you
really
can
is.
truly do whatever you want here on campus. As long as you just take the steps to get involved and do it,
Absolutely.
you can make it, for sure.
And it's so easy to plug into this community, whether it's volunteering with nonprofits or,
for sure,
you know, finding your group of people if you can't find them on campus. That's something that's really great about Tulsa, just the ease of plugging in.
Very awesome. Very nice. It's a great message for our University of Tulsa family. So, we like to end these common conversations, or at least we are going to start ending them with always, we love a fun question.
Okay.
So, the first fun question is, can you give us any song, movie, show, or book recommendation? If you want to give multiple, let's hear it, because I bet you've got some good ones.
Let's do it all.
Okay.
I am eagerly awaiting the second season of The Lowdown. It's being filmed in Tulsa right now.
Yes.
Sterling Harjo and Ethan Hawke.
Yes.
And it was on FX for the first season, but you just see so much of Tulsa wrapped into that series, both the history and the present. So I enjoyed the first season, can't wait for the second one to come out. I think it's at the end of this year, early, maybe in January 2027. So looking for that one. I'm a bit of a country girl, so I love the spin-out series of Yellowstone called Dutton Ranch. They've moved down to South Texas, so it's an entirely different environment, different storyline, but I'm enjoying that. That streams on Paramount.
Okay.
And then when I run, my earbuds are just full of really eclectic types of music. So, you know, I like upbeat stuff, so 1 minute I'm listening to Shabuzi, the bar song. That'll get you running. But I also like all kinds of other stuff. I like country music, I like rock. Ella Langley is a popular one for me right now. And then I'm totally a Swiftie. I got caught up in the Taylor Swift last tour and the Fancy Marriage and all of that. So I've been watching watching that and listening to that music. So those are a few of my favorites, what I'm doing right now.
All right, guys, that is going to do it for our first ever episode of Common Conversations. A big thanks to President Stacy Leeds for coming out and being our first ever guest. Guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, all the different things so that you guys can stay updated with all of these new Common Conversation episodes. And until next time, Rain Cane.